The recently updated Volkswagen Polo is still one of the most desirable superminis money can buy, thanks to a strong combination of running costs, build quality, and practicality. It's still not quite as stylish as the new Renault Clio, and the Ford Fiesta is more fun to drive, but as an overall package the Volkswagen Polo is one of the best small cars on the market. The economical and powerful engine range is a big selling point for the Polo, with the 1.4 TDI diesel capable of over 80 mpg. The Polo received a thorough overhaul in 2014, including a revised specification range, new engines from the Up, City Car and Golf sourced in CarTech. There are 3 or 5 door body styles, and trim levels comprise S, SA/C, SE, SE Design, Cell, and Blue GT. Power comes from a choice of petrol engines and 1 diesel unit, with all bar the Blue X148 bhp 1.4-liter TSI sold in 2 stages of tune. In addition, there's a fuel-efficient Blue Motion diesel, while a new Polo GDI with a 1.8-liter turbo petrol engine has recently arrived at the top of the range. The Škoda Fabia, now in its 3rd generation, is well known for being spacious, comfortable, and good value for money, and this latest Fabia doesn't disappoint. It gets more interior space and handy practical storage solutions. However, prices have taken a hike, although they're offset slightly by the better standard equipment. The new Fabia is powered by a good range of engines, including 2 3-cylinder 1.0-liter MPI units with 60 PS and 75 PS as seen in the Škoda Citigo. But if you want more power, opt for the 1.2 4-cylinder TSI engine with its 90 PS and 110 PS outputs. There's also a 1.4 TDI CR diesel option with 90 PS and 105 PS available, but the diesel engines are noisy, unrefined, and certainly need a lot of input to keep momentum going. The Fabia gets a standard 5-speed manual gearbox, with the higher output 1.2 TSI getting a 6-speed version. Plus, there's a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox option available on the 1.2 TSI 110 PS and the lower output 1.4 TDI. The original Suzuki Baleno was a forgettable Japanese hatchback favored for its cheap running costs and reliability, but it was in no way a desirable car. Why Suzuki chose to resurrect this unloved car's name for the 2016 Baleno is unsure, but don't judge a book by its cover. The latest car is a real hidden gem of the supermini world. Sitting on the same platform that will eventually underpin the next generation Swift, the Baleno's focus is less sporty and more practical than its smaller brother. Yet Suzuki's weight-saving techniques mean that the Baleno is incredibly light on its feet, darting around corners with vigor. The lightweight doesn't mean it's a tiny car, though. Space inside is very respectable for the class. Those inside will benefit from generous standard equipment. The Baleno comes fully loaded with even base spec cars getting a SAT NAV as standard. That's unheard of in this class. Yet it's inside where the Baleno commits its only real misstep. The design is pretty uninspiring, and while plastics are hard-wearing, they simply aren't very pleasant. Still, if you can live with a dull cabin, the Baleno could be the perfect supermini. For years, The Ford Fiesta has been consistently one of the top-selling new cars in the UK, as there's a model and a price tag for everyone from the good value entry-level versions to the green Econetic and high-performance ST hot hatch. The 3-door and 5-door Fiesta share roughly the same dimensions. Interior space is generous, plus boot size is unaffected by body steel. Both provide 276 liters with the rear seats in place and 960 liters when they're folded. Technology includes the Ford Sync voice control system, while among the safety kit is the clever My Key, which parents can program to prevent teenage children driving recklessly. Not that many parents will want to hand over the keys, as the Fiesta is the best driver's car in the class. There's a choice of great engines, too, ranging from punchy 3-cylinder EcoBoost petrol turbos to efficient turbo diesels, and all promise low fuel consumption and road tax costs. Insurance group ratings are competitive, too. The fourth-generation Mazda 2 has a tough job on its hands. Not only does it have to compete against the UK's best-selling car, the Ford Fiesta, it goes up against the Vauxhall Corsa, VW Polo, Peugeot 208 and even the Audi A1 and Mini 5-door. Taking cues from the CX-5, Mazda 6, and Mazda 3, it features a chiseled exterior and a plush interior with more space and a bigger boot than before thanks to an 80mm increase in wheelbase. It's great fun to drive, too, thanks to its low curb weight, agile chassis, and a range of brand new Skyactiv engines and transmissions. A punchy yet efficient new 1.5 Skyactiv G petrol is available in 3 power outputs and with new 6-speed manual or automatic gearboxes, while the new 1.5 Skyactiv D is only available with 104 bhp and a manual gearbox, but returns incredible fuel economy and CO2 emissions of 83.1 mpg and 89 g/km, putting it among the cleanest cars in its class. The new Mini has been running down the production line at BMW's plant Oxford since 2001. But, although its looks haven't changed wildly since then, even with a new, second-generation model in 2006, there's much more to this new, third-generation Mini than meets the eye. Mini is taking no chances with its eagerly anticipated newcomer. Not only is the car bigger and more refined than before, it features an all-new turbocharged engine lineup and even more upmarket interior. And for the first time ever, there's a Mini 5-door model, too, with an extra 72mm in the wheelbase, which translates directly into the same amount of extra rear legroom. It's a properly practical Mini. The rival to the Fiat 500 and Citroën DS3 is built on a new UKL front-wheel drive platform, which is also used for the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer. The Mini also features a range of new predominantly 3-cylinder petrol and diesel engines that have been designed and engineered solely by BMW for the first time. The Mini also benefits from even higher levels of technology than before, making it safer, better equipped and posher than it have ever been before. Yet with prices rises by 2.6%, or around £400, the new Mini is also one of the most competitively priced that BMW has ever sold. Dacia has become a popular brand in the UK since its introduction in 2012. Based on the second-generation Renault Clio, the Dacia Sandero is a sparsely equipped car in entry-level guise, but you can't argue with this when it's the cheapest new car to buy in the country, at just shy of £6,000. The Sandero is a no-nonsense car with little equipment, but it offers a practical interior with a large 320-litre boot. The entry-level access over very sparse indeed, but moving up to mid-range ambience or top-spec Laureate will give you essential equipment such as electric windows, central locking and Bluetooth connectivity. On the Ambience and Laureate models, it's possible to replace the access-wheezing 1.2-liter 16V engine with either a turbocharged petrol 0.9-liter TCE engine, or an economical 1.5-liter diesel unit. The Super Mini class took a step up market when the Audi A1 was launched in 2010. This car serves up the classy look of other Audi models in a compact package, while the interior has the premium feel and quality finish fans of the brand expect, all for a reassuringly high price. Buyers get a choice of a 3-door A1 and a 5-door A1 Sportback, with ever so slightly larger dimensions. But boot size is identical, increasing from 270 liters to a 920-liter maximum, and you won't have any problems squeezing a week's shopping on board. Insurance group ratings reflect the car's premium image, although whichever engine and spec you choose, the A1 won't depreciate heavily. Plus, variable service intervals of between 9,000 and 19,000 miles add to the financial appeal. Now into its fourth generation, the Vauxhall Corsa remains as popular as ever. Like its bigger brother the Vauxhall Astra, it may not leap out as a class beater in any particular respect, but as an overall package it does everything well. Boasting a huge array of trim specifications and engines, the range is a bit of a minefield, but if you know what you're looking for, that needn't be a problem. And what we think you should be looking for is our pick of the Corsa lineup, the new 1.0 3-cylinder variant in 113 bhp guys. That's unless you need to do a lot of mileage, when the 80 mpg 1.3-liter diesel auto could be worth a look. The rest of the Corsa package is what you'd expect: a familiar, practical shape with 3 or 5 doors, and a raft of technology and equipment updates to keep abreast of rivals. In fact, the only area the latest Corsa hasn't improved over the last one is its Euro NCAP crash test rating. It remains a 4-star car, while key rivals have bagged the top 5-star rating. The Peugeot 208 is a super mini rival to the Ford Fiesta and Volkswagen Polo. It is a stylish and well-equipped small car, with its sights set firmly on the youth market, with a range of affordable engines and a variety of new personalization options to choose from. Whichever model you go for, you'll get the same well-built and stylish interior, plus enough room to accommodate 5 adults at a squeeze. The Peugeot 208 also rivals the best in the class for boot space, plus there's plenty of useful storage in the cabin. All models get the scaled-down steering wheel and raised dials, also seen in the 2008 crossover and 308 hatchback.
petrol engines range from the basic 3-cylinder 1.0 and 1.2 liter, to the range-topping 1.6 liter GDI. In 2015, Peugeot added a 108 bhp turbocharged 1.2 PureTech petrol engine to the range, offering buyers increased performance, without the high running costs. However, if you want to watch your wallet, the range of 1.6 liter Blue EV diesels are your best bet. The most economical 74 bhp version will return a claimed economy figure of 94.2 mpg. Along with the new petrol engine, Peugeot has also slimmed down its range of trims for 2015. Gone is the basic Access trim in favor of an aircon-equipped Access A/C, joining the range alongside mid-spec Active and Plusher Allure models. The previously top-spec XY and Feline cars have been replaced by the sporty GT line, which sits below the GDI and GDI by Peugeot Sport.